Blast off.
And we are live.
Alright, now what's happening? We going, baby. We going.
Who that is? Bennie Who that is? Bennie
I ain't even saying that, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you before I sit down. This is Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 10. And this is gonna be an interesting one. You know, we normally do a couple politicians, we do a couple local heroes, local celebrities because they are celebrities too. So who we got today? We got local entrepreneur, we got the tax lady as we call them, and she gonna sit there and tell you about what it is to be an entrepreneur, and also make sure you stay straight on your taxes. And I'm comedic narrator, haircut slanger Bennie Mac. That's my homie there.
Sammy No Nose.
Sammy No Nose, and this beautiful lady here is
Sarita Holmes Williams.
Okay, yeah, all right, okay.
Sarita Holmes.
Let me climb on up here.
In this thing, what up?
Let me see. Let me make
What's
sure.
up, tax lady?
Nothing
What's
much.
going on? Don't take me to jail, please. I ain't always. No, I'm like Trump.
We ain't take nobody to jail.
I'm like Trump. I ain't showing mine. Who you work for again?
Myself.
No, man, it's always good to have family up in here. Everybody, Rita family for real is one of our sisters of the shop, as well as blood up in here, man. She got blood running deep up in here. But Barbershop Stories, episode 10, gonna be very interesting tonight. Got old Rob Walker hanging out over there, chilling in the cut too, man. We gonna let y'all. He ain't on the camera, but he in here, man.
Well, he
He
gonna
always,
pee your head over
he
there.
always in the shop, man.
Well, you know Robert, the old school nigga, he gonna have to pee in a minute, so he gonna pass it out.
He gonna get caught on tape, man.
You
Some
believe
kind of way.
that now? He ain't gonna be able to dodge that one.
Player.
Dodge that one.
Yeah, man.
Well, I was interested in bringing Miss Sarita Holmes Williams here because, you know, one thing about it, you know, there's a lot of talk now about being an entrepreneur, be self-employed, be your own boss, work for yourself, don't work for the white man, you know, all of that, and that's cool. But a lot of people don't know it's a lot of responsibility that come along with being an entrepreneur. A lot of long hours, a lot of short pay. A lot of long hours, a lot of tax issues. A lot of long hours, a lot of paperwork, a lot of stuff, checks and balances, and as well as you got to take care of your business, you got to take care of your home.
Adjustments on the fly, all that.
Oh yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? Can't overspend, all that. So what we wanted to do,
Overhead.
we wanted to bring a fellow Birminghamian, Woodlonian, baby Kingston young lady in here to just tell you from her perspective, because she is a certified tax preparer. She do it for the folk that ain't got no bread, all the way to millions of dollars worth of accounts. So we just wanted to hear from her, from, you know, how some of the tax laws changed with
AKA holler on them taxes.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? We want to see how some of that stuff done changed and hear some ways that might can help you and your business, you know, be successful. So, Ms. Holmes, we're gonna start from the entrepreneur side.
Okay.
What is it that you do? Tell the people. that.
Okay, so in 2015, I started a cleaning service that my husband now runs. And 2010, I started working for H&R Block. Well, I decided after I had a baby last year, this wasn't for me. So, because they needed long hours, short time, short pay, and I was looking at, I'm missing out all this time with my kid. And of course, my husband's like, you don't need to work 2 jobs, we okay. And we got a new baby, so we let Block go. So this year, earlier this year, I wanted a personalized book bag for my baby. I looked and looked, I just couldn't find anybody in Birmingham who was putting black children on book bags. So I contacted this lady. First I looked at all the black owned businesses. I couldn't find one. Because I feel like my frivolous dollar should be spent in the black community. Being that said, just because it's black owned does not mean it's cheaper or it's less of a quality. So I couldn't find anybody. I went out to this other lady, and I'm not going to say she was of another ethnicity. She gave me a ridiculous price on to put my child or a cartoon figure of my child on a book bag. So I created my own business, making book bags, cups, t-shirts, stadium bags, and flyers.
So when you say customize, like, do you take the actual picture of the child, or you just do like a cartoon type
It can
character?
be either the actual picture of a child, or it can be an animated cartoon picture of the kid,
So you
or
can go to
something
school
very
with your,
similar.
So you can go to school with your own face on your book
So
bag.
instead of just a name, you can put the face.
Yep.
Instead of Disney Prince and them on there.
And I know you said it for kids, but like, what if a young lady, they just said in her 20s, have a baby by a dude like 70, dude named Sylvester or something, and the baby look old? You can make
Sylvester
old
boy.
for young book bags.
Sylvester's boy's bag.
Mr. Sylvester boy.
We would do
Rob
our
L.
best to make it a very
Rob's boy
attractive
bag.
bag. But in the end, you do what the client wants. If she want old man Rob on her baby book bag, hey, her money spent just like everybody else.
You better put some nunchucks in the book bag.
Nope.
You control, get the tiny.
Hey, what?
Yep. So I guess, you know, jumping off into the entrepreneurship, you know, a lot of people think it's easy.
Nope.
Or not necessarily think it's easy. They think they go in and automatically start making money. Can you tell some of the steps that you might have went through, or some of the challenges that you still having about doing that entrepreneur thing?
Okay, so we're gonna go with an example with the book bags and stuff. Starting out, I had to buy a new laptop. My laptop crashed. I had to buy the cutter for the machine.
Adjustment on the fly.
I had to buy book bags. At the time school started, so I'm out here competing with the average everyday shopper trying to buy them because I waited till the last minute, which was my fault. I'm buying vinyl. You got to buy software, heat press. So my husband looking like, you got all this money going out the door, but I don't see nothing coming in yet. So when we got through making book bags, I ain't gonna say we made a profit because we had to pay for all the equipment we bought. But now I have the equipment, so the next time I get ready to do something, I don't have to invest in that again.
Yeah.
He's still looking in our back room like it's a whole bunch of stuff back here, but we need to see some dollars coming from it. But being an entrepreneur does not mean that the first time you do something, you're gonna make a profit. If you don't invest in yourself, who else will?
Yeah.
Still got the money to make us send back though, you know, it's just about buying them up,
Yeah.
pushing the product out there.
Now we're working on stadium bags. You know when you go in, everybody knows going into a football stadium or a concert now, a woman must have a clear bag. You can have a little bitty little crossbody, but that's it. Can't nothing else fit in it but your keys and your phone. What about everything else? Can't go in the stadium now in a book bag.
So that you offer t-shirt services too, or you just specialize in book bags?
No, we offer t-shirt service. We do tumblers, cups.
You do hats and all that?
We do hats. And we even got the little, I call them the breakaway fans. They go in the little pocket when you open them up. It's a fan.
The little Chinese fan?
It's the one, it literally folds down into a circle.
And come over like.
And it comes open. It is a circle fan. So when you got to go sit at these football games and these t-ball games, and you sitting out there,
Okay, yeah.
you can have little JJ and his football uniform with his number on it.
That's
But when you
fine.
sitting out there fanning, at least you fanning in style.
That sounds like something that'd be good for the churches. I mean, you know, people that you know, that attend church, they can tote them little fans and stuff. You know, grandma whip the fan out of her, you know, fan a little bit.
They smell like perfume.
What that mean?
Old peppermint.
So you
Well,
doing something
you
to
know,
them?
she still be
Yeah,
good.
they say you gotta
With
mix some of
breeze,
this
though.
with that. It's punchy. It's punchy. That's another. This commercial break. This is an entrepreneur. His name Thomas. He do flows, hardwood, carpet, and he also make juices with the leftover pine sol and fabuloso. He got leftover. It's punchy. But yeah. So with jumping out being an entrepreneur, what do you think the most challenging thing was? Actually trying to find a balance, trying to figure out the tax game, or just simply being patient, waiting on the profit? What do you think the most challenging thing is, or what would you have to say to a person who's trying to get in business now and got frustrated?
All of the above. So 2017, I got married.
Very nice.
Time I got married, I got pregnant. So now here it is.
Regular sled, bought the machine.
Life don't happen to you.
And regular sled.
That's what one of my clients, Miss Judy, say. Life don't happen to you.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, 2018, here it is. I'm a new wife and I'm a new mother because this is my first kid. 2019 rolls around. I want this for my child. And I want to be able to leave a legacy for my child. So 2019, I've been married 2 years. I have a 1-year-old and I'm starting another business. Mind you, my husband still runs his cleaning service for us. So everything is very difficult to find a balance. And if I didn't have the great support system that I had, I don't see how it would work. Like now, my baby's with my mom while my husband's cleaning the building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this though. You know, I don't know, like the entrepreneurship thing. Do you think it's better, as far as with, I guess, with taxes being an entrepreneur opposed to having a job? Because I know a lot of people, from what I see, if you make $100,000 a year, you typically gonna get taxed what, about 32%?
Basically.
So that's what, about 32,000, and that's gross. So you already down to what? Am my math correct? My Woodlonian education about 6 to 8.
Okay, so the tax issue comes about.
What would it be? Hold on, let me say this. If you made 100,000 self-employed, what would it be the difference in the 100,000 self-employed and 100,000 on the job? As far as on the taxes.
Okay,
Great question.
$100,000 on the job.
Cross my leg on that one. That's
Cross your leg.
tennis, yeah.
You're gonna see 68,000. Well, $100,000 self-employed, you got to factor in supplies, insurance. You got to pay FICA, Social Security, and Medicare, plus your time and travel. So you may have grossed $100,000, but you spent $26,000 in supplies. You still got to pay FICA and the insurance. Mind you, then if you're self-employed and you don't have a spouse that's employed, you still got to provide yourself with health insurance.
But isn't it a little bit more simple being an entrepreneur because you got more options and you can search the market a little bit more opposed to actually having a job and taking whatever they offer?
It depends on the employer. Because I'm going to be honest.
Well, Captain D's not offer me none.
I still have a 9 to 5. My 9 to 5 has great health insurance at a great cost. But I'm not the typical person. The average person spends what, $400 or $500 for family coverage, or sometimes even for single coverage alone on health insurance. I spend $237 for family coverage.
Ain't bad though. Ain't bad though. So far as I don't know. I guess I'm trying to ease into that tax thing. When Trump came in, I know he made a switch. A lot of people felt like it was better. But a lot of people said it's better now, but about a year or two from now, you're going to pay all that shit back times 10.
You are?
Depending on where you stand as far as
Okay.
how you employed.
That too. Okay, so I'm going to use an example. Say, for instance, you work for a therapy company. You're a respiratory therapist. Well, your company doesn't pay mileage. They tell you, take it off on your taxes. Well, you've always been able to do this until the new tax laws went into effect, because that information is reported on the form called a 2106. Unless you're self-employed, that form no longer exists to you. You can still claim it on your state taxes, but the average person gets $19 back from the state. That no longer is affected on your federal.
State gave out that much? Shit, every year I got to pay them.
Me too, but you know.
Every year.
But the new tax laws, Trump made it seem as though it could be, your tax return could be completed in the form of, it would be the size of a postcard, which is not. They took away the personal exemptions. They said, but we raised everything else. You did raise it. But say, okay, Ben, I'm using an example. You married, got 2 children. Okay, it used to be, you got the standard deduction, then you also got personal exemptions for each person that was on your tax return. They said, well, we raised the standard deduction for a married couple to $24,000. That's all right, fine and good, but 2 years down the road, y'all have triplets. But the personal exemption you would have got for them triplets, you no longer get. You get $2,000 as a tax credit towards it. Well, the personal exemption was almost $5,000. 6 versus 15.
That's a big difference. So do you see any good coming out of that, or is it for a certain bracket? Is it a certain bracket of income that benefits from that?
Exactly.
That over 1%.
Because
it's gonna slaughter the average middle class family.
Self-employed or working for somebody, don't matter.
Not really self-employed, because it's more loopholes for self-employed people.
It's just like you just saying about the
Because self-employed.
No, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Self-employed person.
Barbershop talk, you can just walk off the set and shit. I'll be right back.
Self-employed person can, like, they can write off more stuff. Like, okay, say for instance, you're self-employed. You get to take your mileage from your base to wherever you go. I don't get to take mileage from my house to my job.
Well, it's mileage or repairs. You can choose either one. Yeah.
But either way, I still don't get to take that.
Yeah.
They just commuter miles. It says parts of working.
That makes sense. And so that kind of offset that more like we were talking about the 100,000. That kind of offset when you say, okay, they paying 32% in taxes versus a self-employed person paying FICA and them and all them, and then you're buying your equipment and your overhead on your business basically.
Right.
All that's gonna offset by those write-offs you're speaking about, right?
Yeah. And the new tax laws really hit the truckers. The average truck driver claims per diem. Again, per diem is reported on their 2106. It's no longer, it's not there anymore. And it clearly states across the top of the form, unless you are a self-employed person.
So what? So I was about to ask you what's the loophole. So being self-employed is the loophole.
It's
because I'm sure you familiar with it, you know, and I'm familiar with it, but I'm not the expert. So you know, I'm sure, like they say, it's a loophole for everything.
These people like to have numbers and exact. Sometimes, you know, we're gonna get them in the ballpark, but
self-employed, you have a little bit more leeway with your taxes.
When you say leeway, what you mean? What you mean by leeway?
Ooh, that's a hard one to answer. What I just say.
Well, I mean, you know, hey, one thing I say this was, since you don't want to say it, want to jump shy and shit. When they speak about loopholes, is that you took the time to dig a little bit deeper into what's offered to you that you may or may not know. Like speaking of Trump, everybody talking about how he ain't shit when he talk about those taxes. But you got to remember, he's only doing what he's allowed.
Yep.
He playing them with the rope that they gave him to play with. He got a jump rope, he jumping with that hoe. Simple as that. So when I speak of loopholes, it's just basically finding out things that you may or may not know. Because like me, I do my taxes myself, but I send them to an accountant at the end of the year for the updated tax law. You know what I'm saying? And basically, he just showed me that, well, you know you can do that. And you know you can do that. Oh, but you can't write that off this year, but you can do that.
I tell you what, they got that thing tailor-made to each individual type of employer or you know what I'm saying? Cause like you said about the truck driver, it's almost like they tailor-make these tax brackets for people.
Yep.
I mean, it ain't their first rodeo, of course, you know, and that's the point I'm trying to make, man. And you have to, you pretty much can't do it, anything you're not allowed. I don't care which hole you're playing out of, whether you're employed by someone or self-employed. It's just the power in self-employment is you're responsible for how your numbers move on your paperwork, as far as how I see it. But the thing is, too, I think loopholes are there for us, but at the same time, I think they're there for people that know how to play in a bigger arena too. You know what I'm saying? And like Bennie said, if you smart enough to figure them out and make them work for you, that you know, hey,
there's no power.
That sounds like a win for that person. But I think it's you know, stuff to it that we can't control, of course, and I think it's stuff to it that we most definitely have to start if we already not taking advantage of. You feel me? As far as those loopholes go.
Yeah, because within the next couple of years, the average person's return is just going to steadily decrease. And you got a lot of our communities who depend on their tax returns to make it through the remainder of the year.
Did this just start with Trump, or was this a carryover from the Obama administration, or this solely Trump since he been in one of his babies?
Yep.
Okay.
This is Trump's baby.
So with you said you still work a circular job, but you got the cleaning service, You do the book bag and put the Negroes on there. You do the T-shirts. You do the hats.
Children.
You do the children. You know all that. You know what I'm saying? Now you do all that. How soon do you see yourself saying, I'm going to go ahead and stand on my own 2 feet and leave that job alone? Is it a specific goal in mind? Or do you plan on just doing both?
Is the insurance that much of a perk?
It really is. And I have a job that we have a lot of benefits. And they're very beneficial to us. Okay, so
I think that's another part of what we were just talking about loopholes and stuff, because, you know, to me, it seems like when they start mandating healthcare, to me, I ain't gonna say it's an attack, it's just the way things are. You know, you got life gonna happen to you, like I said earlier. But I think that's solely almost aimed at the entrepreneur, because now, you know, when I probably could just go to the doctor and do checkups myself out of my pocket, or use my card and go down here to the counter and all this stuff. Now you making me get health care, you mandating it, and they do something as far as if you're not paying into it, take something from your taxes or penalize you on your taxes.
So
right?
that part of the health care and taxes, this year was the last year that the penalty is placed on your taxes. And
This is
you know,
the first year it's gonna happen?
this was the last.
Last.
2018 was the last year. So when you did your taxes in January through April for 2018, that was the last year that the healthcare mandate was punishable by money, basically.
So we finna go into Trump care after this, though.
No, we don't have another form of healthcare at this point.
No, I'm
He
just
says
talking
he
about
has
the
a
headline
plan.
I seen on the news.
He will
Trump
release
care.
it after the 2020 election.
Yeah, man.
Trump will be back in there too, so y'all can go ahead and go and get ready for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for real. I mean, you can't tell me how he got in there, so you can't tell me how he gonna get out.
Yeah. Can't nobody tell me nothing, man. They make you do this and that just to, like I said, to snatch them coins out your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Not that we don't need health care, but I'm just gonna say it right here. I think it's solely a person's choice if they want to get it or not.
I appreciate my health care because when I walked out my front door and broke my leg,
Yeah.
I needed it then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everybody probably come to some point in their life when they will need it, but to mandate it, that was part of a bigger scheme, seemed like to me. You know what I'm saying?
No.
To tell a person they gotta have it. You don't think so?
What they were trying to do was get the health insurance companies under control. Because before they mandated health care, Blue Cross could tell you 1 minute you need to pay $450 a month. Next month they can tell you, oh, we had a policy change and ain't nothing you can do about it. Now you need to pay $1,600. So it was to get the to make it affordable. Because the average person ain't running around out there without health insurance just because they don't want to buy it. It's because they can't afford it.
I know at some point, I mean, it's almost like it, in some ways, it's almost still unaffordable, even mandated, because if you know, like I know, the deductibles they making you pay before they really do anything major to you, and even though they have, I've heard of programs that assist, you know what I'm saying, but we know everybody not gonna get those programs. Somebody gonna be hurting out there that ain't got all that it entails as far as that program goes. Maybe not even be informed, period, about that program, or you know, it's people that may, you know, relay that to you when you're in those hospital rooms or whatever. But some of those deductibles are ridiculous, man.
Someone with it was 6,000.
Man, that's bottom.
6,000, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm talking about those some of your best plans. Man, I seen,
come on
I
up here,
seen some.
Rob, come on.
For here. I was just wondering, I hear your concerns, what y'all mentioning right now, but what about, you remember the pre-existing conditions where you couldn't get any insurance at any price, even though those numbers, what y'all talking about, 600 here, 1,600, that was prices that you're concerned about, but what about when you couldn't get anything? How how do you feel about that? Whereas when they had the pre-existing, you couldn't get any kind of insurance compared to now you can get something, but at a price.
Before mandated insurance, what
Before
you
the
said, I guess.
Yeah, and with the mandate. Because the mandation was going on at the same time when they had the pre-existing.
Okay, you speaking on pre-existing illnesses. Okay, all right. Specifically,
Yeah.
I got you.
So, okay, like, I'm gonna use this as an example. Once you retire, the average retired person lives check to
Question from
check.
Robert Walker.
Thank you, Sam.
Robert.
So,
Yeah, let you know
if you
how-
tell me I
right?
have Medicare Part A, comes out my Social Security check. Well, when I was enrolling, I didn't understand what the person was telling me. I didn't get Medicare Part D, which is the part that pays for the prescriptions. Now you tell me I need to take this, I'm gonna use cholesterol pill, speaking for or heart pill. That's not $2,800 a month. What do I do? I'm on a fixed income.
Most probably not gonna be able to afford that right off. You know, I can't speak for everybody, but there'll be a lot of people that ain't gonna be able to get that right off.
But you have these people who are signing these people up for these health insurance who are not giving them all the information. It goes back to they maybe should have been an entrepreneur and worked for themselves because they don't like their job.
I combed through some of that stuff, you know, working for myself before I got the insurance that I actually have, the coverage I actually have right now. And man, it was some ridiculous stuff out there.
But could your
I'm
grandmama have done
I'm sure it's helping somebody.
Yeah.
Could she have done what now?
because she had went through the paperwork by herself.
That's probably a negative. She probably would have needed somebody sitting out with her. And I think there's a lot of that around too, where people have old policies, health, life, and term insurance policies that you know we always need to go back and make sure all the coverages and everything is up to date and actually can pay for things at the price that they are at now, you know, versus when they got those policies, probably when we were little, you know what I'm saying? Because that can be a problem if nobody's, you know what I'm saying, reviewing that stuff, making sure it's straight.
But that's too with being self-employed. You pay into FICA what you say is your net. That's how your Medicare is based off of. Well, if you say, I paid taxes, what else do I need to do? You self-employed, you need to find you somewhere, some stream of income, some residual stream of income. She's gonna hit me with the
No,
remote.
I'm sorry, I ain't mean to hit you. What you want to fight?
No,
I didn't-
your dad would not like you.
Yeah.
That would not be like. You need to find a form of residual income because it ain't gonna be that Bennie gonna be able to stand up there and cut hair. What happens when the day comes to you? I know he left handed. He can't do nothing with that right hand.
No.
He slip and
What they
fall
call
and
it?
sprain his wrist.
What
What
they call
he gonna do?
What they call it? Clandestine. What they call it? You know what I'm talking. It's something.
Beaver hand.
Yeah,
You
it's
both
something
of
with
At
some
the
shit
hood
with the
talking about
destiny.
a nigga beaver hand.
Yeah.
So what happens when you slip and sprain your wrist? Now you can't hold your clippers.
You're right, better than say something. But see, but I'm gonna go back to something too about that being self-employed as far as with insurance. I'm gonna throw you off something that I know personally. Instead of me taking out these big health insurance policies, the first thing to make sure you keep yourself up is prevention. You know what I'm saying? You try to keep yourself up with a good balanced diet and try to work out. Then I purchased a lot of supplemental insurance. You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
walking out my front door. How is that gonna help?
I mean, well, you know, some folk clumsy. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I mean, I'm sorry, but what I'm saying is,
Stand up straight, tie them shoes up.
yeah, you gotta tie them shoes up and can't be shoe footed and shit.
Had some in my hand trying to
You know
keep
what I'm
from
saying?
dropping their cell phone.
But see, but you know, like,
Yeah,
like the supplemental insurance, like what I do, like, you know, how some people go when something wrong. But me, I would use the supplemental insurance and say, like, the health department, you know, we pay taxes for that. I don't mind going, well, I ain't gonna say I don't mind, but I will go down to 6th Avenue and pay them $40 to get a complete checkup. You know what I'm saying? I utilize the stuff that's available to me. See, a lot of people, they don't understand that you pay for this shit already. So me, I utilize it, and then I get supplementary insurance where if they say, look, you owe another 100, then I call Aflac them or Combined or them other companies and let them kick in their rest. So there's ways around it. I think that's the benefit of being self-employed, because you can actually shop around and see what's good for you. Like they got policies where they got same-day pay. As soon as you get hurt, they pay up to $300 a day. Like same day, if you get hurt today,
Gotta be covered.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
you know what I'm
Affleck.
saying?
That's who took care of it.
well, what Affleck? Affleck make your ass call for a week, then you
No.
call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
understand
but
what
it's
it is.
other
And
companies.
Doug
that-
worked quite well.
Yeah, so
One more question. What about as being an entrepreneur, and we understand that insurance is expensive on a lot of people. What about when entrepreneurs give other entrepreneurs, like we're in the barbershop right now. What if the barbershop want to team up with the auto mechanics? And auto mechanics also already teamed up with a convenience store. And then you all get together and then you go to, let's say, the people that helped me out a lot was Prudential. And then you all collectively go to Prudential and say, can we go in here and get a policy that'll cover us as a group instead of individual companies? Can you do that?
I've heard of efforts like that being made. Actually, being involved with one, I haven't been, but I've heard of efforts like that being made. I think that was Bro Moose and them came through here. They were trying to get something like that done at one time, and but it was just amongst barbers. But that's a strong idea, and I wish that was something that our commission here in the county offered. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, had on the table for us to be able to, you know, come through. I know it's been discussions about it. I ain't gonna short them fellas on that. It's been discussions about it, but I wish that would go through for us as barbers. You know what I'm saying?
I think somebody just got to come up with a plan that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
You know, because first of all, when you approach an insurance company or some type company that's offering you service, you got to know what you're looking for.
Exactly.
You got to tell them what you want, and you got to know how to say, look, man, there's 3,000 of us, bro.
Right.
This one I'm willing to pay.
Exactly.
And most of them will take it, but you gotta have the numbers and you gotta have the people who's gonna be with the plan that you're doing. It just gotta be put together properly. And I don't think nobody really had the real
Gotta have
conversation.
intel on that coverage, all that. You know.
It'll come up in the air, but I don't think nobody just sat down and said, Rob, what you do? AC&E? Well, I tell you what, bro, link up with such and such and them and such and such and them. We'll meet up here and we'll talk about it and work out the kinks. And one or two of us will be representatives to go present this and be able to buy it at a group rate. Because if all of them trying to do separate plans, they're gonna slaughter you.
I think we talking about some of the things it's gonna take to move on to that next level, to see more of us be entrepreneurs and getting out there for ourselves, working and starting businesses and using our talents and crafts to actually stabilize our lives. It's gonna take more of that because, like Sharita said, insurance by itself keeps most people on their job. You know what I'm saying? I know cats that can work on car, cook, you know, Mr. Walker here do AC and heat, you know, HVAC work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Frost, hell of a promoter in the city. You know what I'm saying? He in here kicking it with him right now. What's up, Frost? But big gloss back there, man. Freddie Bean, one of the most talented brothers I know, man. He flip over a computer, whatever, and you know he know his way around it. But it's gonna take, I think, you know, us coming together more like that, like Rob said, in those groups, talking about things next level, like coming together. Because that's all the old people did, the big corporations, even though they numbers way more grand than you can ever think about starting up with. But it's a start. It's a start. Somebody got to start. And maybe your number get grand one day, you know.
Yeah. But see, but I will say this because I'm going to defend on the entrepreneur side. Now, I respect as far as having a job, but the difference is with being an entrepreneur. Now, I'm going to say this, and for the people who listening, just hear me out. If you are self-employed or inspired to be self-employed, but you have a job that requires 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day, you will not reach your fullest potential trying to split that time. It's only 24 hours in a day. You got to sleep at least about 3, 4 hours. Now, if you choose to step out on your own, let's use some of that faith you preach about every Sunday and shit now. We got to use that now. If you choose to go out on your own, you'll see yourself prosper way more. I tell you that straight up. You'll see yourself prosper way more when you actually put the effort into doing it. God ain't going to just let you slip off in the shit that he ain't going to trust you with. Now, is it going to be tough? it's gonna be tough as uncooked steak.
Yeah,
But
that part right there, like
you gotta be with it.
Yeah, when you ask them to step out and take their risk, you gotta let them know that it ain't gonna be.
Yeah,
Like,
it ain't gonna be
Oh, no, it ain't gonna be easy.
It ain't gonna be easy because see what
You
you're
gotta work.
doing.
It ain't like I can lay down later and not get up and go to work. You got to get up probably extra early
Yeah.
so you
What?
get to your ribs.
Oh yeah, starting out. Like I said, it's gonna be tough as uncooked steak.
Yeah.
But as time go on, you gonna figure out a system where it's gonna work for you.
Right.
That's
And even though you may
gonna ease
not
up.
have some of the benefits of a job, but think about this: you make $60,000 a year on your job, and you make $150,000 a year on your own. Nigga, I buy my insurance. That shit ain't gonna even matter at that point.
Deductible, all that. Come on with it.
So don't let fear be the reason why you don't step out and do something that you inspire to do. Like me, I ain't gonna lie, I don't care nothing about it. Because at the end of the day, I ain't gonna fuck over me. Believe me, you are not gonna let yourself miss no meal. So the stuff you inspire to do for that day, make your list out, jot it out or whatever, always keep notes. I promise you, you will complete it. The first day you bullshit and suffer a day for it, it ain't gonna happen too many times unless you just don't care nothing about yourself. So if you do have a job, great. If you want to do that, Superman. But if you want to be self-employed, you're gonna have to make a decision. You're gonna come at a road and that bitch gonna bust, it's gonna split. And you're gonna make a choice. Either you're gonna take this serious or you're gonna continue to do your job, which either you choose is fine. But the self-employed road, I tell you, is better because you're gonna always be ingenuitive for yourself because it's you.
And you work harder when you're doing something for yourself versus an employer.
Yep.
You
Because if
gotta
I
do
get
all
up
the
every
positive
day and
thoughts.
go, if I get up every day and work on my own business, it's something that I enjoy. Versus me getting up, going to a job, knowing I got to be here.
Yep.
I work harder for myself.
Yep. You ain't gonna fight yourself.
Okay, say if I wake up in the
Some
morning,
days.
if I wake up in the morning and want to pursue my dream is doing my own business, what's the procedures like, far as like as in getting licensed and getting?
That's a good
Difficult
question.
at all. Take
Well, I tell you this. Now, most people ain't gonna tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, G-O-D. I ain't getting no license first. I'm gonna try it first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta test the water, what they call being underground.
I'm gonna
Try
get a
it.
license.
Well, she gonna get a license. That's why she here to talk that good shit. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm not getting no license first. And most people agree with me. They ain't gotta say it. That's fine, but I'm gonna say it for them. I want to get a license first because you're trying to really figure it out. I'm not gonna go $6,000-7,000 in debt before I even know the business gonna even work. And a lot of people would do that, like buying licenses and buying stuff they don't need instead of just doing it.
You mean start homegrown, baby? The
Yeah,
mom,
because when you start off independent, you getting the bumps and the scratches and the stuff you need to be able to say, now I got the money to get these licenses, I'm going further.
Man, you got the book bags I burned trying to get them little children in
You
there.
better hold my restaurant, goddamn, fix some plates. See what somebody about them
So the
motherfuckers.
license they had like.
No, it's like $62.
One moment, sir, one moment, sir.
Just say if I cook, you know, I'm catering. If I want to sell like goods out my trunk, like cakes or different products, like what's the procedure? I gotta go get a peddler's license. What I gotta go get?
I mean,
It's
now,
like for the people that don't know,
well,
like,
Health department got to
health
come
department
inspect you.
and
Well,
a food handler's card.
that's great if you want to do all that. More power to you. But that's just like a candy lady. Candy lady ain't have no damn peddler's license
Show them
She
had
sold
them
candy.
red strawberry, them butter cookies.
till she got to a point where she saw, all right, I'm gonna open up a store. Now I take it to the next level because I have the funding to do it because people don't realize it takes money to fund the business.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Now, and then most people, let's be real, they do not have the money to start and function a business for 6 months to a year just in case it ain't working. So that's why people go
Out
underground.
the view level your
9 to 5.
your 9 to 5,
Yeah, so you know, and I ain't telling nobody to do nothing wrong because I'm a Christian man. I've been resaved Monday on V949. I got resaved with V and Homie now.
But you playing with a different type budget where you can take your L and bounce
Slide
back.
on
But
them.
you know, ain't meant us, you know, playing out the deck, playing with a deck like that coming out the gate, you know, we all trying to, you know what I'm saying, scubble up around our talents and make something happen.
But you gotta have a great support system.
Yeah.
Cause if you got somebody laying next to you, nah, that ain't gonna work. I don't why you wasting that money on this, you're gonna become discouraged and eventually you're gonna resent that person.
Not dwelling on the positive parts of it.
What's more important, the great support system or a game plan?
Oh,
Both.
One got to be tougher than the other.
One got to be tougher than the other one, though.
Ignoring the person or stepping out there flying by the seat of your pants.
It's a tough one, ain't
It's
it?
a tough one.
I want to know the answer.
I want to say the negative partner is tougher.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because if I got a negative Nancy in my ear, and I'm saying this, I have a great husband. Whatever I come to him, baby, we want to do this. Whatever you want to do, if you game, I'm game.
Yep.
He gonna be there right there with
I'm
me.
gonna tell you something about that. It's a lot easier for you as an entrepreneur or anything that you do in life. It's a lot easier for you to fight the world
With
than
a
to fight
partner.
that
Yeah, they
spouse
fighting
in
about
the house.
They know the buttons to push.
That person in the house is the hardest fight. You can fight the whole world and never tire from that. But that person in the house will take you completely out.
Ain't no peace on you. You don't have no place of peace, man.
You got to have that person on your side.
And say you can't run no further than home.
We
Gotta have
even had a
place to be.
1-year-old back there making book bags. She be saying, "Mommy, hand me your stuff."
Mm-hmm.
Now, that may not be what you need at the time, but she's being very helpful.
Yeah, and then see, I think too, a lot of people, you know, as far as being black, the trauma that we suffer through this country, a lot of these businesses are first generation businesses
Yep.
too. And a lot of people expect to make the $1 million the first week and a half they do the shit. It ain't gonna happen that way. Sometimes you may work your entire life, die at 72, and your children and your grandchildren be the ballingest folks in the world. But a lot of people, they can't go in with the mindset that I'm gonna make this money today. And that's a great thought, because I think the same shit every day. I think I'm gonna make $1 million every show. I end up making about 200, 225. But it don't matter.
But it was more than what you wanted to know with.
Exactly. It's setting up a goal to be able to bless somebody else, or at least be able to give a game to somebody else. That I think a lot of times we got to play the each one teach one role. You hear it, but a lot of people really don't apply it, or it's not applicable in most situations because that shit is a great
T.I.
conversation.
moment.
No, yeah. It's not
T.I.
applicable.
moment.
You know what I'm saying?
Big word.
Applicable. Yeah, so you know, so I believe in that, and I enjoy being self-employed. I've been self-employed now for 21 years. You know what I'm saying, without working. So you know, actually longer than that. But about 20, I know 21 years. I know. So you know, it to me is a challenge every day because one thing about it, if you choose to lay around all day, unless you got some and some stock and all that, your ass ain't making no money. So every day is an adventure. You know what I'm saying? Every day is like.
Military check or something.
It's like being a 6-year-old. Every day I get up, throw on the nothing else, and run through the house and just try to find a challenge, make it work for me, and hopefully it grow to something big and snowball effect and bless others. You know what I'm saying? So
You most definitely gotta get that. Gotta give your craft and your talent just as much time as you'll give a job. Cause like they said, if you get that job 8 to 10 to 12 and sometime more, what makes you think you're gonna produce the same thing you make on that job or more if you're not giving that craft that time? You know what I'm saying? And like she said, you got to dwell on the positive, everything that you can see that's positive with it, because you dwell on all that can make it go wrong, of course.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where your mind gonna be stuck at.
And then-
Dwell on, you know, what you can make it happen with it.
And see, and two, always keep this in mind too. Whoever you sitting around, their conversation can deter you from actually doing what you want to do. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they want to eat steak off a hot dog budget. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they gonna tell you shit that's not gonna be applicable in your life. They gonna tell you that kind of stuff. So a lot of times you like you said, if you got an idea, I believe that it came to you. It was for you. Now it's up to you to actually transform it into what it needs to be. But if you're talking to people that don't have that mindset, it's gonna be tougher and tougher. Like you said, the people around you actually kind of, I ain't gonna say determined, but they play a big role in how you end up turning out with your business ventures. Because everybody holler it ain't gonna work until it works. And we done seen that 1,000 times. So, but you know, my thing is, like Sam said earlier, and Sarita said also, if you ain't willing to put 8 in your side hustle, as you call it, but you're willing to put 8 in your business, go and choose the business and work it out, get your 401, die at 71 as soon as you retire at 70, and live on. But remember this, if you're self-employed, if the job pay 100 and self-employed pays 75, the peace of mind is priceless. You can't beat it.
Where you find the peace of mind?
Peace of mind, at the house, burning first thing in the morning, drinking a beer like Gucci Mane said,
doing a little bit of what you want to do.
Drink, doing what you want to do.
That's
Sometimes the stress level
I
works.
want to ask about is that when you contemplate your own business and then plus going to work, against going to work. Now when you going to work, especially now, I know you say you've been doing your thing for 21 years. Sam pretty much the same thing. You know, he
I'm tired you be sitting there at 8 o'clock in the morning like, Lord Jesus, just help.
But yeah, but see the thing about it is when you come to work as your own boss, you have that relaxation of getting out here. I'm gonna get out here. I'm gonna do this. Now, whenever there's you can feel going to work when there's a Republican president and a Democrat president. When there's a Democrat president, things are a little bit easier around your job. But when you got a Republican president, racism comes about that job. Now I know you say you do your 8 hours, you go home. Not necessarily that. When you do your 8 hours and you go home, you thinking about what happened.
You taking it home with
During
you.
that 8 hours. And so like you look at an institution like UAB, most of the people who go to work at UAB, their blood pressure high, they've been there 10, 15 years, the blood pressure way in the sky. They leave UAB and let's say go to St. Vincent and work, the blood pressure drops. Their health is better. You see what I'm saying? So there's some advantages of not having a lot of money working for yourself compared to making a lot of money
You're speaking to
working
the
for
mind.
different companies because it goes against your health.
That's true. Health is wealth, man.
Health as well.
Health
Well,
is
Mr.
wealth.
Robert, I'm talk on that. You control that situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to work and you let them people stress you out, that's you. Because at the end of the day, I tell people, we both grown. You're going to talk to me like I'm grown. You're going to respect me like I'm grown. You ain't going to stress me out because your lack of preparation does not constitute an emergency on my part.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing when you have a backup, like you got a husband. But when you single and you got 3 child support payments to make,
Different perspective.
Yeah.
you got to make those payments, and you can't always just walk off. If you're gonna be
Oh,
responsible.
no, I walk off my job, but I control the situation.
Well, it's good if you can control that situation,
If you
but you got to protect that job because you got to make those child support payments.
Pressure on different people for different reasons.
And plus, you want to live good. You want to make your house payment. You want to make your car payment.
You don't want out to figure it out.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
Pressure on different people for different reasons.
Yeah.
But like you go back to what she was saying, that's all the decisions that you gotta make with you.
Oh, yeah.
It might be time to make that next move.
Trying to make that
If
if you're gonna sit here and deal with it, or if you're gonna sit here and put up with it. But if you choose to stroke out with it, they're gonna move another person in that
Before
position.
that CD even
This
get
is-
cold.
plot work.
Before they even put you in the morgue downtown, they're gonna get somebody else.
Yeah.
Great
With
point.
about, you know what I'm saying?
Great
Really,
point.
Now, we'll give them this. Now, there's some flowers in your house. Hell,
They
fire funeral.
It depends. It depends
Depends.
on who you wording them and
Sometimes it
all
be real,
kinds of
them cards be real dry. You have to beg and plead folks to sign them.
Yeah.
Let alone put something in them.
Like, I don't wanna put the nasty note on there, but she was good people.
I like the mix of the atmosphere tonight, man, because, you know, we got people in here that work 9 to 5. We got people that experience both 9 to 5 and both lanes. So it's not a biased perspective in the room, I feel like tonight. We got guys that retired from 9 to 5 doing things on his own now. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's speaking from their perspective, but multiple perspectives, you know what I'm saying, give you multiple different ways to be able to look at things and handle things when some approach, you know what I'm saying, the same type of occurrence approach you, or approach your door, you know, or that time comes for you, you know what I'm saying. It's because it's coming, all you got to do is keep living, like they say. You don't have to make those decisions.
Yeah, well, Miss Holmes, we know you got children to go put to bed and all
Not
that stuff.
children. Don't give me no
I did
plural.
say your
That's
husband done text me a
child.
couple times, said send my old lady home, all that there. But I guess in closing, if somebody want to get those book bags, they want to get some shirts, they want any tax advice, or they just want to talk to you about some of the stuff they heard on this podcast, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay, so my Facebook page is Sarita Holmes Williams. inbox me, or you can email me, diane536@gmail.com.
Okay.
I like the Ray-Ban too.
Thank you.
I got a pair just like them at the house. I don't need them.
Shit, yours ain't just like that.
Oh, big face, nigga, face.
Oh yeah.
Face.
No, these
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
decoration.
That is the same you got in the
They
word
the wood, they the
clothes.
wood, right? I just said my word, man, you
I was
know.
having time tonight. Now you got a hood.
Oh, it don't matter. That phone get cut off at 9 o'clock.
Hey,
We
hey,
expect it.
Frog, bottom line, she don't mind.
Man.
Well, yeah,
Hey, I like my household.
well, I mean, well, that's good. That's good. That's all part of running a successful business too. A household is a business too.
Yep.
But my words in closing are, you know, whatever you strive to do, man, just put your best foot forward. You know, if you actually step out on faith, as we so-called say we believe
It's
in,
all divine.
it'll work. If you choose to continue
Go
to
ahead.
talk about it, you look up, it'll be 10 years later. And with that being said, this Sunday, Boss Ultra Lounge, right downtown, 320 20th Street North. I be down there, me, comedian Sir Walt, comedian JP Laugh Song, put together by Ripcord, Come Laugh Productions. Hey, check me out there. Also, live at the Barbershop, that's September the 21st. The tickets are $20, but guess what? Guess what? You gotta say what?
What?
What? I'm running a special. You get ticket 1 for 20, or you can get 2 for 30. But you gotta purchase them together, and if you want them, you can send it to my Cash App now, and I'll write your names on the ticket. At the door is $ Bennie Mac 205. Also, October the 1st, we back at Roos Place. That's Laughing Sessions. That's October the 1st. Doors open up at 8. Show start at 8:30. Let me see.
Get me at the bar.
Oh yeah, catch them at the bar. And then after that, we got a boat trip where me and comedian Felicia is performing up there in Chattanooga. On the boat trip, if y'all want to do that, I got tickets now. You know, that's going to be very interesting. We're going to be up in Chattanooga on the boat. We're going to be kicking it. I'm going to sit down, crack a cup, joke, cup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 of them. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do that. But hey, and then October the 18th, down at Mr. Maddox's spot, man, we got we're going to do something like a variety show. It's going to be a little comedy. We're going to have a band, the whole nine. That's October the 18th down there with Brother Ed Maddox, man. So, hey, that's all the words I got. Oh, and shout out to all the entrepreneurs. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs. Now, I'm going to tell you before I do this shit now, I ain't going to remember everybody's name. But if I don't say your name, if I'm going to say it tonight, I'm going to say it on radio. But shout out to Franco with Econo, Mail and Steel, also Bullet Iron and Welding. Shout out to him. Shout out to my pops, Bennie Home, Diversified Service Group. He rent and sell properties, do construction work, cut grass. He'll have do your roof, but he gonna fix it. It may not be that day, but he gonna fix it if you pay him right. Shout out to shout out to my co-worker Sam. Like I said, we've been self-employed for years. Shout out to Corey. Shout out to O. Shout out to
Chicken one over there.
oh yeah, Chicken One. Shout out to Big Gloss Barbecue. Shout out to Fred with New Sound Music. Shout out to Courtney French with French Broadcasting Service. Also French Petway, and I think it's called Faust or Fuse. But excuse me, I'm missing the tooth on the side. Fuck the name up. That wasn't intentional, it's the tooth. But shout out to all the entrepreneurs because I know
Davis
how
product. New York, we hear you, baby. We see
New
you.
York, yeah.
What up, York City?
Yeah. Shout out to
My homegirl from Element and Vibe over there, Aisha and Hole, man. You know, provide this nice little shirt I got on tonight, man.
That's tight,
Hey, you know, we're gonna have her in here and her husband. They gonna talk about some things they got going on with Element and Vibe.
Oh yeah.
You know, shortly.
Yeah, shout out to Bill's Catering. Shout out to Joe and Dale. Shout out to, Cajun Bistro. Shout out to even some barbershops. I visit barbershops and I know I'm a damn good barber. Shout out to Tony and Wayne.
Hood mechanics everywhere.
Shout out to Power Styles Grooming up in Hewitt Town. Shout out to the list goes on, and we got to clock out.
Bookstore.
Yeah, shout out to the bookstore. That's a robber. That's a robber. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them too.
Been serving the neighborhood since 1965.
That's right. Somebody got to work that shit out. KY and everything. Astro Glide all on sale. Thanks to Robert. Robert, he got a coupon too for saying. So with all that being said, shout out to Z Lens Media too. Shout out to Z Lens. Shout out to my homeboy Clyde. Claude. I'm calling him Clyde. Claude, well no, Clyde too. Clyde sell houses and Claude do video work. So both of them, they came up in there too.
Clyde and Claude.
Yeah, Clyde and Claude.
We sound like we don't like them.
Trying to see who else I forgot.
Henri.
Anybody else I forgot?
Man, it sound like you got everybody
you know,
talking.
yeah, you on here. I know some folks gonna miss it, but if I forgot you, I swear to God, it wasn't intentional.
Shout out our big little sister up here, bossing us around.
Yeah, that's right, that's
I
right.
do not boss y'all around.
That's right, that's right. Well, yeah, shout out to everybody, though. Shout out to everybody, entrepreneurs, man. Would love to link up with you because one thing about it, and I'm going to say this and that's it, I swear, G-O-D. Now, a lot of times we talk about linking up in the city, but from what I've seen, a lot of it's just a conversation. These people you see doing things, don't be scared to reach out first. Don't be scared to send an inbox and say, bro, what's up, let's do business. Don't call me spinning words and shit.
First.
Just say, bro, what's up, let's do business. I
That's the key word.
guarantee you they'll call.
That's
So
the key
reach
word
out.
you said, first.
Reach out. We're a 74% black city and we own less than 20% of the business. That's all I'm going to say on that. Link up before it's too late. With all that being said, I'm comedic narrator, haircut slanger, Bennie Mac, Macman Entertainment, Bennie Mac and them, B949, Bennie Mac's on First Barbershop. We are still in business 7 days a week, and we some of the best barbers in the country, not just in Birmingham, Saskatchewan, and shout out to my homeboys and my niggas in Cambodia. Shout out to my niggas in Lebanon. Shout out to everybody who tuned in to this. And they are listening. So, anything else?
Sammy no-nos in here. Like we said, it's all divine, man.
That's right.
Law of attraction. Go for it.
That's right. Hey, we'll see you next week with Jefferson County Commissioner, District 2, Sheila Tyson. We'll see you next week on another episode of Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 11, next week, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we out.
Yeah.
Who that is?